Why did crypto hype seem to die off? I have absolutely no authority on this topic, but I think people realized that arbitrary digital items being traded for arbitrary amounts of money isn't a safe investment. Because most people realized that crypto is not an investment, it's a gamble. The same way you don't invest at the roulette in a casino. There's nothing wrong with gambling, as long as you know what you're getting yourself into. And that's important in the harsh economy of today. I mean, all it takes is a famous dude tweet something and boom, there goes all your money. For example, edit grammar. Everyone figured out it's basically a Ponzi scheme with the added factor of being a massive waste of energy and horribly inefficient way of doing business. Add the cherry on top being the vast majority of coins were just rug pull schemes anyway. And people got sick of the snake oil. People are really missing out. The point of crypto in the first place is just anonymous trading system that no government system should and will control. It was never about some flowering investment. It's about anonymity. The overwhelming negative press from the trial and conviction of Sam Bankman-Fried, coupled with the global economic landscape favoring less risky investments. Bitcoin. 1. Bitcoin is a giant magnet that pulls the entire space up and down with it. 2. Bitcoin has a finite amount of coins. Most are already mined and in circulation. 19 million out of 21 million that will ever exist. 3. The more mining power that is added to the network, the more difficult the mining becomes, and the more mining power is needed to mine each coin. The more it costs to mine coins, the more it costs to buy them from miners. 4. Roughly every 4 years is a halving event where the rewards from mining are cut in half. This has resulted in a market price correction in the year following the halving, where Bitcoin's price jumps up and has the blow-off tops. 5. After the blow-off top, the price drops, usually somewhere around the all-time high of the previous cycle, until it gets close to the next halving, around a 2-year period. This period is generally referred to as the crypto winter. The next Bitcoin halving is around a month away. The beginning of the year saw the SEC approval of multiple Bitcoin ETFs, exchange-traded funds, which is allowing TooAfraidToAsk exposure to Bitcoin. Essentially, you can now buy Bitcoin on the stock market, and the shares are backed by Bitcoin held in wallets owned by the ETF providers. In the past there has been some pre-halving hype, but right now Bitcoin's price is moving in such a manner that reaching its previous ATH before the halving is well within the realm of possibility. This isn't the normal pre-halving hype. This is the ETFs soaking up a lot of Bitcoin. And assuming the cycle continues, it's likely going to be wild. The entities running the ETFs have been buying massive amounts since January. There was one Grayscale option for exposure to crypto in the stock market previously, and Grayscale has switched more toward an ETF instead of the traditional company stocks. Grayscale since the first of the year has sold a large chunk of its holdings, but the downward price pressure was short-lived, a few weeks, and it came roaring back recently. These ETFs are putting massive back-end upward price pressure on the market. They will also possibly create massive downward pressure eventually as well. As to what this means for a post-halving bull run, I'll only speculate that it's going to be wild, and that you'll be hearing about crypto again later this year and much of next year. 'Cause AI is the new tech bubble. It all changed when the Fire Nation, Russia, attacked Ukraine. The war caused economic depression and uncertainty. In situations like that, investors usually move their money from risky but profitable investments into more stable ones. This means that they all sold or tried to sell their cryptocurrency. Like all traded goods, The value of cryptocurrencies are set by supply and demand. So with increasing supply and decreasing demand, the price tanked. Many firms built on crypto went bankrupt. Mining stopped being profitable. I mean, the market in general has dropped since COVID and people aren't sitting around with extra cash. Right now Pico's groceries are double what they once were and are being laid off for over 6 months. At times, so investing overall hasn't been the topic of interest for your average person. Also, there's a large part of the population who doesn't understand crypto or its purpose but just made money because the market was moving rapidly, and it's anyone can make money when the market is moving up. I still know people who are actively buying and trading crypto. The hype will be back at another time, just not right now. It does every 4 years because of the halving cycle of BTC. I don't understand exactly why it waxes and wanes like that, but I do know it happens every 4 years. And it's due to peak again in 2025-2026. Because most of it is a massive scam, and it became obvious to the masses when anyone could make one. Scam people out of millions and then watch it collapse while they repeat this process. Fucking Dogecoin. Money ain't a meme. Crypto hypes up every 4 years after Bitcoin halving happens. The next Bitcoin halving is in April 2024. You will see the hype in probably few months after that. Also, currently AI is taking up all the hypes in market. Answer. Besides the blatant pump and dump schemes, cryptocurrencies behave exactly like the opposite of what they are presented as. By being extremely volatile. It hasn't. You just have to find the where they migrated. Reddit is not really a place for open discussion on alternative topics anymore. Especially with their IPO coming. They have already been utilizing AI on the forum, and it's almost as greasy as any of the other popular social media sites now. This is the actual reason. In 2022, the SEC began requiring that crypto transactions list the buyer and the seller, and since lying on the documents is perjury and punishable by fines or prison, the whole market collapsed overnight. It turned out that 90% of the crypto market was like 12 guys moving money from their wallet to another of their wallets and pretending it was sold to artificially inflate the value before dumping it on some sucker. Read us. BQs, it's a scam. It's funny that you're asking this question. After BlackRock Capital has amassed over $6.6 billion in regular and institutional investors' funds in 50 days since the launch of their Bitcoin ETF. It's also funny because the SEC is now looking at the possibility of allowing Ethereum ETF products as soon as April or May. Bitcoin just passed 50K for the first time since maybe a year and a half ago. And Ethereum just went over $3,000 for the first time ever. So basically, I think the answer to your question is, the hype did not die at all. And people without accounts on exchanges like Binance or Coinbase now have a way to invest in crypto. The only difference between now and then is that you're not hearing a select few people arguing very vocally for why it is useful. And it has become so mainstream that these are barely breaking news events. Ultimately, cryptocurrency is too volatile to actually function as a currency. So you have to convert your crypto into fiat money to spend it on anything. So you may as well just trade real-world currencies. At least they're backed by actual economies. Because we went into a bear market, the hype will come back once we go back into a bull market. It's because it's a big popular topic while it's breaking records and people are getting rich. Once the cycle completes and everything goes down 90+%, with the exception of Bitcoin, Everyone loses interest once it goes back up again. It will, once again, becomes a popular topic like it was a few years ago.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.